Okay, in this video I would like to show you how to install prototypically correct interior lights in RZD sleeping cars made by LS Models. Included separate corridor lights and individual lights in compartments, included light in attendant compartment, as well as night lights in passenger compartments. I assume that at this point you have your cars dismantled, and we'll put away the shell and the interior part. What we need for now are just the trucks and the sachet of the small parts. So the first thing that we need to do is to install the wipers, which are included with small parts in every car, and you can see small slots here. We need to install them here to the back of the wheels. I found the tweezers to be the most suitable tool for this. You push them so you can set them back right at the back here of the wheels, and then holding with your finger, flip it over, and with the screwdriver secure the contact on the other side, just like here. So you can see the flat spot. We're going to weld the solder a wire here, and then you can see the wiper here resting at the back of the wheels. There's no need to remove the wheels. I'm trying to show it maybe this way. Two. Now the next thing we're going to do is, I don't know if you noticed, but here in the middle of the pivot point on the other side there's an opening. So we're going to run the wires all the way down and through the pivot point, so we don't have to drill in the car. So the best way to do it is you have a small openings here on one side and the other side of the pivot point, just like that, and then so what you want to do is to get the wires from the upper side under the truck and then through the opening in the pivot point. There's enough space here to squeeze 2.5 millimeters wires. Anything thicker won't fit, and this is already quite tight, so you have to be a little bit careful and pull the wires gently. And what you want to do is pretty much end up with something like this. So this is going to be hidden now in the pivot point. So we have the wires coming from here, down on both sides, under, and then into the pivot point, and then coming out right in the middle. And the same situation with the second truck. Both of the wipers here, exactly same installation. You can see them coming here. Okay, on the car side now, on the frame, you can see one of the pivot points, and there's an opening all the way through the frame. So as we threaded the wires through the pivot point, they will go right through the base and end up here in that restroom compartment, which is completely enclosed. And again, fantastic, because if you decide to install the functional decoder or resistors, this is fantastic and the perfect place to hide them. Okay, so see the wire coming up on this side. And there you go. So as you can see, you have a space left here for a light bar, but this is not what I want to do because it's a sleeping car and I want to make sure that there is no lights on the compartment side. At the same time, LS model beautifully crafted the interior of the car, so you have the corridor side and the compartment side separated. So what we're going to do is I'm going to install the lights here on this side, and some lights may be in the compartments, but one that will definitely be installed is the one here in the attendant compartment. And what I'm intending to do is I'm going to use this micro LED. I don't know how well you can guys see it. And I will install this micro LED right under the cabinet here, so there is a light over the desk of the conductor or the attendant. You can see the LED right here. I just bended the end of it so it's going to fit right here, right under the cabinet. Just a touch of glue right there. Alright, for the corridor side I'm using LED tape, and we're going to install this tape here on top of the corridor and make sure that there's no light coming over to the compartment side. Unfortunately, as you can see, there are some openings for, I assume, for lights, but they don't match with the spacing of the LEDs on the tape, so I will have to notch it out and cut them out. Unfortunately, this is quite invasive way of treating your model. Once you finish, you should end it up with spacing for all the LEDs in the ceiling. If you can find a strip that will match the original openings, by any means you don't have to do that. I was unable to find anything that will fit the original settings, so I had to modify the roof. Not pretty, but the final effect is going to be well worth it, trust me. So what I've done also is I applied small pieces of double-sided tape here to help me out with installation of the light strip. The light strip is going to go upside down, of course. Now the strip is going to take care of the lights here on the corridor side, and now we can move over to the compartment side. So we already have one LED installed, and now what I want to do is install some lights in individual compartments. The next important thing to do is to line up the shell of the outer shell and make sure that the windows in the compartment where you want to install the lights is actually open and you don't have shades pulled down. What I want to do is I want to actually install the light here and the one which is partially open, and we're going to do a night light here. I marked the compartment where I want to install the light, and I will install now the blue micro LED pre-wired right here above the beds here in the middle of the compartment. All I need to do now is to thread that LED back in, and I'm going to back up a little bit, apply just a touch of glue, and voila. Alright, so I have two LEDs installed. This one here in the compartment, make sure the LED is shining down into towards floor, of course. The second one is here in the attendant compartment. I also have the light strip for the corridor, and we can start wiring. Alright, so I have the red and black wire coming through the floor from the truck. I also installed two 1 kilo ohm each resistors. So a total of 2K, and the reason why I'm doing this is because my DCC layout is set up for 14 volts power supply, and the LED strips are set by default to 12. First of all, I don't want to get the strips damaged. Secondly, I like to use the 1K resistors to fine tune the lights and the lights intensity inside the car. The resistors are hidden here in a small compartment. They don't have to be finished pretty because you can't see it here anyway, and it's completely isolated. They supply the LED strip. And on the other side we have the two micro LEDs in individual compartments wired directly to LEDs on the light strip. So we're ready for the first test. You can see the lights here. You can also see the blue light glowing in one of the compartments on the other side. And the last test. And this is the final effect on one side. You can see the night light. For some reason my camera is showing it brighter here, the blue, than actually it is. Then you have a warm white here in conductor compartment, and I use a full spectrum natural white in the corridor, and this is one of the lights shining through the access door. On the other side, and then I have the last car reversed, so you can see the lights in on the corridor side. Of course, the corridor side in every car is illuminated, so you can consist the train any way you want it. If you wish to invest additional couple of hours, you can install the end of the train markers. I use the red micro LEDs for the end of the train lights. Well, 4 cars done, 2 more to go for my set. Happy model railroading. Thank you.